And speaking of Jimmy Buffett, you have a much earlier song, a very humorous one titled Live Like Jimmy Buffett. Tell us about that song.
That's an interesting one. I said before that I'm a Jimmy Buffett fan. I had like Fruitcakes and Beach House on the Moon. I have two albums. Um, Jimmy wasn't at the forefront of my writing, but I just happened to love that Caribbean influences and stuff, and put it in my music when I write. And so I was focused more on writing lyrics about Lyle Lovett and some of these guys that were more. It's not that they were less of an influence, but when I was growing up, they were a whole lot more closer to me, as far as influencing. And so I had them, and I had these different lines from, playing like Eddie Van Halen and stuff all in there, but I didn't really have a way to close it. It was just like saying a bunch of names. And uh, a good friend of mine, the late great Bob Dildy, a great songwriter, I played it for him, or played what I had working, and he was like, "Whoa, you didn't include the main guy. You gotta get Jimmy Buffett in there." And I guess he assumed because of my music style that I'm just like a gigantic Buffett
Mhm.
enthusiast. And I'm like, well, that makes sense. I'm like, clearly he's an influence on me. Um, the first time I heard Fruitcakes, uh, I, I got permission that day. I might get on a tangent here, but um, the day I heard Fruitcakes, everybody's got a cousin in Miami. There's a lot of great tunes on there, and but that's the first time I heard somebody really make something obviously Caribbean, and with the instrumentation and the steel pan and all these things,
Mhm.
without having a song about that. And it just kind of gave me permission. It was like, because up until that point, I think I was making music that the songs that were about tropical things, I put tropical instrumentation on, but the songs that were not, I did not. And I that day I heard that album, I was like, wow, you have permission to make whatever sound you want. It doesn't matter what the subject matter is about. If that's who
Mhm.
you are, make that kind of music. And so, and then I was very proud to kind of rearrange the tune so that it landed on Live Like Jimmy Buffett, because the music, but then also because of the lifestyle. And really, the lifestyle is what led me to the sound. You know what I mean? Like, I was a beach
Yeah.
bum growing up, even though my beach was not as pretty as the one Jimmy was visiting. I was still a beach bum, and that was the mindset that resulted in the music style that I love. And so yeah, I had to have Jimmy in there. And I think I was kind of fortunate, because it never occurred to me that if you write or if you title an album "Live Like Jimmy Buffett," that someone who might be searching for Jimmy Buffett live on the internet might arrive at my album.
There's that too.
So a few folks did, yeah, find Donny Brewer that knew nothing about Parrot Heads,
Yeah.
perhaps, or the Trop Rock community, and so that helped me a little bit for sure. There was a
Well,
guy
it's
in
just
Tampa. I'll tell stories
go
all
ahead.
day long if you let me.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
But there was a guy in Tampa, Florida, who called me up, and he says, or not called me, or messaged me on the Facebooks, and he said, "Hey, can you send me about 20 of your CD?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah." Said, I run a little boat charter thing in Tampa, and I spent less money on the boat than I did on the stereo system, and I play your music that I found when I was searching for a live Jimmy Buffett album. I played it on there, and I play it really loud for people, and they always want to buy the album. Could you send me some CDs? And so I sent him 20
Nice.
CDs, and
Nice.
I said, I'll trade you a boat ride for him. And he sold them all. He said, can you send me another 20 CDs? So I lucked out there a little bit, and I'm still friends with the guy. I
Yeah.
talked to him yesterday. As a matter of fact, he wants to go on a boat ride. So
Awesome. Awesome.
That was a cool, happy thing.
And that song is just one of the funniest songs ever. And it's just kind of, there's a little self-deprecation going on there, and just all the references to Jimmy and the lifestyle and how you want to live that way. It's just for anyone who hasn't ever heard it, you got to check it out. It's just hilarious.
Well, and it's truth, you know. It's like it's no accident that the best songs are rooted in truth, even if it might be exaggerated a little bit. It's all true. It's like true stuff.
And maybe wanna be my wife, and we could live like Jimmy Buffett for the rest of our life. All right. Yeah, yeah. If I could sell records like them British boys, would you come with me and make some noise? If I looked a little more like Elvis and lit my guitar on fire, if I could moonwalk and dive off the stage and sing a little bit higher, then would you love me better?